Okay, so today we are moving on. I was just trying to hide that. Okay, so we are moving on with our lessons. And we learned about hardware in the last lesson, and today we are learning about software and the different types of software and their different uses. So the lesson objectives for today is to define an operating system software, identify fundamentals of operating system software, define application software, identify components of operating system software, identify open source and proprietary licenses, and demonstrate proper use of system management tools. So an operating system software, the definition of that is that an operating system, which is also called an OS, is a program code slash software that tells the computer hardware what to do. So you've heard of Windows 8, you've probably heard of in a Mac how they have like a Lion OS and sorry, I thought I heard something. I'm doing this at my house today, which normally I don't do. And my dog likes to come in here. But like a lion, a mountain lion, usually it's revolved around cats. Those are all the different operating softwares for Macs, and then Windows 7, Windows 8, all that good stuff. So operating system software, the fundamentals. So when a computer is turned on, it first begins a power on self-test, which is often referred to as POST. So P for power, O for on, S for self, and T for test. And during that post, you may hear a series of beeps. Depending on the manufacturer of the hardware, you could hear any combination of long or short beeps, and each combination has its own meaning. So basically, when you are turning on all of these lovely computers in the classroom, when it makes that whoosh noise and then it has a couple beeps going on, that's what is happening. So it's doing the power on self-test, booting up. The OS is responsible for the look of your desktop at the power up, and the OS is usually loaded onto the hard drive memory of the computer, so it is on more of that ROM hardware. And the OS allows the hardware pieces to communicate with each other. So all of those different, like the monitor and the keyboard and all of that jazz. Then the OS displays the icons on the desktop of different programs or applications that are loaded onto the computer. So on the side, I don't actually know which all ones you have on your computers, but like that recycling bin, some of you may have Word on the desktop. TyperShark, I think, is on the desktop for most of you. So all those little icons on the side. And application softwares are programs written to perform a specific function specified by the user, such as word processing. So like Microsoft Word is a word processing software, or like a spreadsheet application. So Excel is a spreadsheet application. So all of those are applications software. And as the user is creating a document, the operating system is what allows the key presses on the keyboard to register as alphabet characters or numbers or symbols on the application. And when you save the document, it is the operating system that allows the document to be placed in the memory on the drive that the user selects. So just like in our computers, how you have all those different drives, like there's a common drive, there's your own personal drive, there's a public drive. So whichever one you decide to save it on, the operating system allows that document to be placed in the memory of whichever drive you choose. The OS displays icon. Oops, I already did that. Sorry. So most modern operating systems have a user-friendly GUI, and GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. An example of GUI is that most current operating systems use the same basic pictures or icons for each window. So basically what a GUI is it's all of the pictures that you see. Behind it is all of the code. So it just makes it really user-friendly. So it makes it easier for you to be able to function on the computer. Each button in the upper right corner performs the same function no matter which window or application you have open. So basically a GUI helps you to like click in and out of things and minimize and maximize and restore and close. If you open the control panel, you will see many available components or functions of the operating system. So like adding new hardware, different security settings, and different performance tools. So another part of your operating system is the display or appearance. So within that, you can change the desktop color, the desktop background, screensaver, different sounds, how your mouse pointers look, the resolution on your monitor, so how your picture comes in. All of the different appearance type of things is within that OS. There are different types of software. There's proprietary and open source. So proprietary software is software that is the property of the maker and can be used by the purchaser or customer, but only with certain restrictions. So it cannot be reproduced, modified, or resold by the customer. A good example of this is like all the different Adobe softwares. Those are all proprietary softwares. There's also open source software, and open source software allows the user to modify the program structure or the computer code, and users can distribute their modified version. And that is it when it comes to all of the different software stuff.